What's up, YouTube land? Welcome to the first episode of Fox Family Dinners. Basically, the premise is we've got each one of our family members, myself, Shannon, Ethan, Noah, Sarah. We all like to eat different things. We all like to cook different things. So basically, we're gonna cook for you guys, and you guys can kind of get a glimpse into our family and see like what we like to prepare and what we like to eat. Every now and then, also, we would like to have some of our friends and family come over to the house and be on the show with us as special guests. Okay, for the first episode of Fox Family Dinners, we're gonna make for you a Louisiana specialty, jambalaya. We lived in New Orleans for about 4 years, and if you guys don't know, that's where Ethan was born. So we've had a lot of experience with Southern Louisiana food. As far as how many times have I made it, I think I've made it like twice. So we're gonna go on a limb here. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make a killer recipe, and it's gonna be delicious. So what does jambalaya mean? It means, who cares what it means? This is not an educational show. This is gonna be one of these. Oh, you moved the camera on me. All right. So this is gonna be one of those. This is not one of those educational shows. We're just gonna cook some food and we're gonna make something to eat. Let's go. All right, so the first thing we need to do is we need to figure out how we're going to cook this jambalaya, what we're going to put in it, and what kind of recipe we're going to use. The crazy thing about jambalaya is there's 1,000 different recipes, and every household in Southern Louisiana, they all use a different recipe, and it's all how their mother made it. So let's start off with some bacon fat, some good old bacon fat. It's pretty hot. If you put your hand in there, you can only hold it in there for a couple seconds. First thing we're going to do is we're going to add our first layer. So this is onions. So we're gonna go ahead and put our onions in here, and basically we're gonna just kind of render them down and get them all nice and brown and kind of just get them translucent as we can and get them to where they're a brown color. All right, see how the onions are starting to get a little brown? That's what we want. We want to continue to get them brown. I pretty much got the stove still on high heat. I haven't turned it down any. So just constantly stirring, letting these onions get nice and golden brown. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is our onions are looking pretty nice and brown. We've been cooking them in the pot now for about 7 to 8 minutes on high heat, so they're getting nice and brown. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add our next layer is even more bacon. So we're gonna add some more bacon to this, about a half a pack of bacon. Now it's time for the next layer of flavor. We've gotten this pretty brown. You got the bacon in there. You got all those onions in there getting brown and yummy and delicious. And so now we're going to add in our next layer of flavor, which is some good old-fashioned andouille sausage. So let's start adding that in there. Got about a pound of sausage in there. Got about a good pound of sausage. It's good, smoky, it's a little spicy, so it just makes a good jambalaya even better. So we got all our ingredients still in the pot, just nice and brown, and everything's getting yummy and gooey. So next thing we got to do is we got to add our chicken. So we're gonna add about a pound of chicken breast in here, cut up into cubes. We don't want the chicken breast to brown too much because then it'll just get dry in the finished product. So at the end of the day, we still want a very moist and juicy chicken. So we've got our chicken here. Let's go ahead and add the chicken and just get it starting to cook. So as before, anytime we add anything, we got to make sure we season it really well. Okay, so now we're going to add our pepper. We got our salt in there. We're going to add some pepper, some good old coarse ground pepper. So our chicken is just about cooked through, almost about 75%. We've been cooking it now for about 2 or 3 minutes. So what I've got here is some more aromatic vegetables. We got our chopped up garlic. We got about 3 or 4 cloves of garlic, 2 big celery stalks, and 1 medium-sized bell pepper. So let's go ahead and add all that in. Let's make sure we got our salt and pepper for the vegetables we just added in there. Every time we add something in, we got to make sure we season it. I know what you're thinking, it's rice. It's the star of the show. When you're talking about jambalaya, you're talking about the rice. So everything we've done so far in this pot is basically just to, well, make this the star. So I've got some good old-fashioned Louisiana jasmine rice here. So long grain, you want to use something long grain. We don't want something that's going to get in there and get all mushy. We've got some jasmine rice here. It gives it a little bit more extra flavor, a little bit more aromatic. So let's add it in here dry. I got a cup and a half of jasmine rice. And now basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to toast this rice in this pot a little bit. Alright, so we're going to just let all this jasmine rice in here with all the chicken and sausage and bacon and celery and bell peppers and onions. We're going to let it just kind of toast in here for a couple minutes, cook it down, and get those flavors all over that dry rice. Alright, so guys, so basically what I'm going to do now is we've got our rice in there, it's toasted, it's incorporated into the food pretty good. I'm just going to go ahead and add my chicken stock. You can use water if you like. Chicken stock just adds a little bit more flavor. It adds another dimension to it. So we're going to go ahead and add that. And because the first time we had it was in New Orleans, we're going to add us a little bit of tomato to it. Alright, so we've added our chicken stock, we've added some tomatoes, just not a whole lot, just a little bit of tomatoes to it. We've added all of that. We've got our rice in there, so now we're going to add in some extra flavoring here at the end, just to give it a little extra punch. We've got some smoked paprika, some red peppers, some thyme, some oregano, and some salt. So we're going to add all that in now. Alright, so we got all our flavors in there. We got all those herbs and seasonings we just put in at the last second. We're going to go ahead and cover that up. Mix it in real good. Get the rice stirred around. Getting everything coming up to a good boil. And then we'll put the lid on. And we'll keep the lid on low heat. So for the first time since cooking this, we'll actually turn the heat down to low. Turn the heat down to about to low for about a good hour, and whatever you do, don't peek. Once you put the lid on, leave it on, and we'll call it a day. All the liquids in there, all the rice is in there, all the flavors, the sausage, the bacon, the chicken, the bell peppers, the onions, the garlic, the celery, smoked paprika, salt, pepper, peppers, everything is in there. All we're going to do now, put a lid on it. We're not going to touch it. We're not going to remove that lid for an hour. We're going to turn it on low. We're going to let it just sit in there, get all the rice nice and done. It's going to be phenomenal. It smells, I mean, just outrageous in here right now. So I can't wait to eat this. But whatever you do not take that lid off. If you take that lid off, you'll have crunchy rice and you'll ruin the whole dish. It smells so good in this house. I just want to take this lid off and start eating this right now, but it's only been about 30 minutes, so whatever you do, don't take the lid off. Keep it on. Don't take it off. It's been 60 minutes. Our jambalaya should be ready. So now we're going to take the lid off of it and we're going to fluff it up a little bit. Oh my gosh, that looks delicious. So let's just take this and just... Wow, that looks good. This came out all right, I think. Turn the fire off. Sarah, would you like to taste it?
Sure.
All right. All right, Sarah, do the taste test. And tell us what you think.
Good.
You like it? Good, all right. All right. I think I'm gonna sit down and have me a plate too. All right, so let's taste it. Sarah liked it.
It's actually pretty good. It's actually really good. It's actually one of the best jambalayas I've ever made. So it's only like my third time making it, and it came out really good. So I think this will be one of the staples that we'll make here at the Fox family house on a regular basis. So thanks, guys, and till next time, we'll try to do a video maybe once a week or once every other week, just to keep this thing going, and maybe we'll get Miss Sarah to make a meal next time. What do you think you'll make? Eggs.
Probably toast.
Toast.
Eggs.
Toasted eggs.
Chicken.
And lots of bacon. And so, you know, maybe Sarah makes something, who knows, maybe Noah will make something, or Ethan or Shannon, maybe she'll make one of her delicious desserts or something. So stay tuned, and we'll see you in a couple weeks. Bye, YouTube.